What's up, vidpreneur, and welcome to the free training on how you can sell $25,000 video projects today and become a strategic partner rather than a freelance videographer for all of your clients. But before we get into the training, I want to tell you why I created this system. And it's very simple: to educate my clients on the needs of their business for video and how I can help them implement it so they're not just creating ads or social content, they're actually making their business more efficient by creating the right type of content and utilizing it in the right way. In a nutshell, this system makes it very easy for you as a videographer to identify all the ways you can work with businesses and help them grow their brands, but it also educates your clients on all of their needs and how you can help them do it. So who is this system for? This system is for videographers who are ready to scale their business and work with brands who don't just need one video. They really need a holistic approach. They need a video partner to help them create marketing materials, in-house training materials, and all of the above so they can crush it. How do you implement this into your business? There's really two steps: strategy and execution. The first part, strategy, is really where you identify all of the needs of the business, which is really threefold: their vision, product, and process. For the first step, when you're meeting with an entrepreneur or a brand, you want to get a really good idea of their vision. It's their why. It's their origin story, their hero story, what they really feel like they are bringing to the marketplace and what fuels their business. Typically, when you get information on the vision for a business, this can be used to help you create brand story videos, social content, and podcasts. This is great for showing the authenticity of a brand and also building trust. The second funnel that you can identify within a business is their product. Their product is their money maker. It's the what behind their business. It's really what they're known for. But the first thing you want to do when you're identifying the product of a business is identify the number one product that makes them the most money. Because right here, you can create ads and content around it to go ahead and boost the sales of the business. The second part of the product funnel is identifying review and testimonial opportunities. You can look at people who've already used your product. You can pull this up on Google. But the main thing is you want to identify areas that the business can tell the story through their customers, not just their mouth. The first vision piece is all about the company's perspective, their internal team's perspective. The product, yes, is what they do, but it's also the impact that they're having. So you want to make sure that you get the reviews and testimonials outlined in your video plan, because this is also going to help boost their sales and build credibility. So the videos you shoot should have a script and a plan and a clearly outlined goal within them so you can execute on it, and it gives the customer the feeling you're hoping to give them so they actually interact within the business. A fun note is you don't always have to shoot the videos here. For the reviews and testimonials, there's a thing called UGC, user-generated content, where you can actually reach out to the client's customers who succeeded and have them film their own videos, which are very effective and can sometimes be way better performing than the actual testimonials you film by yourself, because there's a lot more skin in the game when someone sees somebody filming themselves. And the third content funnel you can identify within businesses is process. Every single successful brand has clean, cut, clear, concise processes that help them be successful. When identifying the opportunities to create content within the process funnel, there's really two things you should be thinking about: internal training videos and educational videos. A great example of an explainer video is a VSL, a video sales letter, which is like a 5 to 10 minute long video that'll walk somebody through an entire process so they know they're ready to interact with it, which can lead to better sales. This is kind of an example of a VSL. And internal training videos are great for businesses and brands who take pride within their processes and want to make sure that their team follows them to the T every single day and doesn't skip a beat. For example, we did a $40,000 training program for a brand called TXB in Houston, Texas, mainly because they wanted to have branded training videos that didn't just tell their employees what to do, but it spoke to the brand itself. So the people who went through that program didn't just come out of the program knowing what to do, they felt it. They experienced what it was like to be a part of TXB, and they have pride in that, which really can make a big impact, not just on the team, but the customers that experience that as well. On the strategy side, all you're doing is you're using vision, product, and process to identify content opportunities within a business that leads you into the next step, which is execution. There's two ways that you can execute on the content funnel system. The first one is the retainer model. The retainer model is focused on allowing a client to pay this large cost over the course of a year and just really drawing out all of these content pieces. So if you've identified the vision funnel, the product funnel, and the process funnel, you would then just say, okay, Q1 of this year, we're gonna film vision. Q2, we're gonna film product. Q3, we're gonna film process. And Q4, we're gonna film anything that we didn't capture, so you get all of this content. You don't have to film it quarterly. You can do it monthly, bi-monthly, whatever makes sense for you. But the whole point of this is, in the retainer model, you're just strategically identifying all the needs of the business with video and allowing them to pay you over the course of time, so it's not such a big chunk for them and not so much work for you up front. The second way you can implement this, which is actually my favorite way to do this, is implementing this system in a 2 to 3 day time period. You guessed it, it's exactly what you're thinking. You would do vision on one day, product on the other, and process on the last day. But it's not just that simple. There's a lot of other moving parts that are involved in those days to actually make this happen. We did this for an equipment company out of Sumter, South Carolina, and they wanted educational videos, podcast, ads, and brand story videos all done in a short time frame, so then they could hand it off to their marketing team and they could implement it throughout the year. And the way you capture all of this content in a short amount of time is utilizing a team. When we did this for the equipment company, we had 2 teams. Our first team was focused on brand story content, social content, and B-roll. We captured the brand story content based on a schedule system that happened on the first day, where we conducted all of our interviews with 2 angles, so we made sure we had the entire vision captured while we were there. The second day, our team focused on social content and B-roll, so we made sure we had all the B-roll to tell the story from the interviews we got the day prior, but also a bunch of social content that we could create reels and other trendy things with, to not just tell the story of the brand, but to show the brand in action. And the third day we used as an extra day just in case we missed anything, and they were also throwing an event, so we were able to capture additional interviews, additional testimonials, and additional B-roll to back up everything we captured with that first team on those first 2 days. And the second team actually had the easiest job. They only had to come for 1 day, and they recorded up to 6 to 10 podcasts in 1 day, not just for educational and testimonial content, but also parts of the process. So the customers weren't just being fed all of this vision and product stuff. They were also able to go to their website and watch these long form interviews that nurtured them and allowed them to understand more about the brand, not just from the owners, but also from customers, partners, and people they actually work with. I get it. When I started making this system, I was a little skeptical too, because it really just felt like a cool way to bulk create content so I could charge a lot of money for a project. But what I realized is it's actually solving a real need of businesses, because video is a daunting, big problem. You're a videographer, you know how to shoot, you know how to edit, so it's very simple to you. But for most people, they know they need it and they have no idea how to create it, which is why you can go from charging $1,250, $2,500 for your videos to charging $25,000. And all it takes you to do is ask 3 questions. What's your vision? What's your product? What's your process? And execute on it. And of course, find some teams, make sure you're collaborating with the right people, because this system does take a little bit more than just yourself, but it just shows you what's possible in this industry. Now, knowing what you know, I'm sure you're realizing there is a lot of opportunities, and it might be a little bit challenging to organize all of this information into one place and actually execute on it. Realizing this, that's exactly why I've created 10 spots for Q1 coaching to help you do that. So if you're interested in learning how I can support you within your business to help you crush it as a videographer, all you have to do is click the button below and schedule a call with myself. We'll jump on that call, address your problems, figure out how you can crush it, and implement this system within your business if it makes sense. But if you don't want to meet with me one-on-one, your course and community assessment is awaiting you in your email. All you got to do is log into that, download our app, and you'll be ready to crush it. Because regardless, you're more than a videographer.